Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Political Brown Kid here. And I think I've been telling y'all for a minute that I had a video that I did that I wanted to share with you all. It was basically, if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I'm in the dating scene. I'm in my early 30s, I'm in 40s. I'm in my early 40s. Um, so back in the dating scene, and I'm looking at women's profiles. Got my filter set from like 37, 38, all the way up to 51, because that's the age range that I'm willing to date. So I'm just going to show you all some feedback from some women in this age group. I want y'all to keep that in mind. And usually I'm dealing with women from a particular persuasion, ethnic persuasion, because that's what I'm interested in. Although, but I'm starting to lose hope in that. I'm not going to lie. So I'm looking at particular persuasion, particular age range. Now, mind you, that's probably not just limited to just that particular demographic. I'm pretty sure if I looked at some other non-melanated women, they would probably be saying some crazy stuff too on their site. But I'm just going to show you just my frustrations as far as like going through profiles, because when you're going on these dating apps, which is a horrible thing, and trust me, I'm trying to get out of the dating apps, but if you're familiar with anything that I've said in the past, it's frustrating, getting up, getting dressed, smelling good, trying to look your best. I'm about a 4.2, 4.4 on a good day, I guess. I don't know. Maybe a 5. I have no idea. But, so I'm an average brother in the middle. And so when you get dressed, try to make yourself look as best as possible, fresh haircut, get your smell goods on, get your best gear on, and you walk in these streets. No one's out there. And if they're out there, they're not trying to be bothered. They're with their kids, especially when you're dealing with older women. You don't know if they're married or not, so you're trying to look for a ring. If you try to talk to them, they act like they don't have the time of day. They don't want to be bothered. So the thing is, like, when do I talk to you? You're not trying to talk when you're out in the streets. So you go to bars, which I hate to do, but you go there, they're hugged up with like 3 and 4 of their friends. I'm not doing that anymore. So you can just shoot me down in public in front of your friends. Plus, you look like you don't even want to be bothered. Y'all are just sitting there doing your thing, and you're on your phones. So it's rough. So the only thing I'm looking at is, hey, well, let's try the dating apps. And the dating apps are probably the worst thing that you can do, especially when you're just an average looking man, such as myself. So with all that being said, I want to just take the time just to show you all, because when you're dealing with women on dating apps, they're going to rebuke you, period. These women have no conscience. They have no heart. Um, definitely if you make it to phase 2, when you actually get to talk to them, well, should I say phase 3, the actual phone conversation, God knows if you ask them, yeah, so what do you like to do? First thing you're going to get is, well, did you read my page? Obviously, you can't read. You don't know how to read. You can't follow instructions. I told you to read. You get all of this lip action, and it's like, man, I've been reading hundreds of profiles every day, because you're swiping left and right every day. So you don't swipe on about 200 profiles every day. I don't have time to memorize who said what. Sometimes I'll revisit if I get the phone conversation, but please bear with me. I'm 43 and 40s. Bear with me. So without further ado said, I've talked enough, probably 3 minutes in. Let's just go through this, because I'm going to try to go through this as fast as possible, because I have a lot of examples. Last time I made this video, it was over hours long. I'm going to try to just read through this real fast, because these profiles are a bit much. Y'all going to see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, the first one is up on the screen right now. And also, I'm just going to tell y'all to just pause it, because I'm not going to read all of this stuff, because some of these women wrote dissertations. And I don't have time to kind of read that, because then, like I said, the last video when I made it, but the video file, I actually lost it. I accidentally lost it. So that's why I'm remaking it now. It got lost, so I have to remake it, which I'm doing now. But it was well over an hour. So I'm going to try to keep this under an hour. There's about 40 something things that I have to read here. But the first 3, I'm going to read to you. Female says, a little reserved, laid back, loyal, fun, committed, loving, hoping to meet that special one. I enjoy traveling, day trips, festivals, dining out, and just spending time with that special someone. Maybe you. So the thing right here with the first few ones that I put up front, I want to put up some positive ones to show people this is how you would write a profile, at least in my opinion. I'm not a professional dating coach, but to me, this is very welcoming. It's inviting. You're letting me know about you so I can go with this. This is what a profile should look like, in my personal opinion. That's just me talking. So then the second one, about, and I'm blanking out the people's names. I'm a single, intelligent, hardworking, loyal, on my grown woman stuff 24/7. So miss me with the BS and lies. Now, of course, the negativity comes in. Mainly a homebody when I'm not working, saving lives as a nurse. Love spending time with family, so forth, so forth. You get the gist. I'm not going to read this whole thing because, again, I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. It's probably going to wind up still being 40 minutes. I don't know. But as you can see from this, for the most part, it is positive and it stays on a positive track, even though, of course, again, with the all cap letters, that they're ranting and venting. That's definitely a trigger sign. But for the most part, at least I can find out what this individual is about. They're telling me a little bit about themselves. Okay, so now the next one. First, I want to say I date with purpose. I would like someone to make me want to close this app forever. I work, take care of my one daughter, and live. I always make time for what I want to make time for. Again, nothing wrong with this. So these first three, like I said, I want to show you all. Now, if any women are watching this, I want you women to see this is what I would like to at least expect. And I know women, I haven't looked at men's profiles. I'm not searching for a man, so I'm not looking at their profile. So please don't beat me up too much because I'm constantly kind of looking at it from a male's perspective, kind of critiquing women. But I talk to my female friend all the time. She has issues on the dating app, and I wish she would publish her experiences. Seem like women mostly deal with scammers and stuff, but I'm just looking at it from a man's perspective. So let me say that right there. So here's another one. Mother of 3, world traveler, and fun, free-spirited, sapiosexual. Love to laugh. I'm an English teacher. So again, this is another good profile. But I also wanted y'all to pay attention to something that I'm going to be doing throughout this video is when you see red marks on the screen or highlights or things that are circled or underlined in red, I want you to focus in on that. The reason why I focused in on this one is this word sapiosexual. Matter of fact, I just learned about this word once I got back into the dating scene, which was about a month or so ago. A year or so ago. So I've encountered this word before. I met this one girl on this one platform, not on this platform. You can probably discern what platform this is from, but on this other platform. And she said she was a sapiosexual. So I said, what is a sapiosexual? Looked it up. Sapiosexual, for anybody that doesn't know, somebody's probably going to correct me out here. But a sapiosexual is someone who's attracted to intellect, someone who's stimulated intellectually. That's what you're identifying. So I met this girl, said she was sapiosexual. So she actually clicked on me, liked me back. At this point in time, I didn't have any pictures or anything up on my page. So I was just curious why I was like, okay, maybe she is sapiosexual. Because I hadn't, I'm not a picture person. I don't go out snapping pictures. I just don't think I'm that attractive. I'm a dude. I guess I don't know what dudes are into taking pictures in their 40s. Maybe younger kids are, but I just don't do it. In their 20s. Maybe the 20-year-olds do it, but I didn't come up in that era. So we're talking back and forth. And so one day, having great conversation, talking on the phone for like maybe an hour and a half every day, just talking, getting to know each other. So in the fourth conversation, she was just like, yeah, because we made plans for the future to hook up and go out. So she said, yeah, send me a picture of yourself. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that. Because at that point, it hadn't crossed my mind to send her a picture, but because she and I had made plans to go out later on in the week. And so I figured she would see me then. But she said, send me a picture. So I kind of just looked through what I had, or I think I snapped some pictures of myself, and then I sent them to her. Once I did that, I called her one day. I'm busy with my friends. Then I called her again another day because she was like, oh, I'm using all these like words, hey love, or hey handsome, hey hon, whatever it was. I'm busy with my friends. Can I call you later? And I was like, okay. So then the next day came and I called her. She didn't answer the phone, but this time she didn't even respond back. So at that point, I got the message. It was like, okay, obviously something's going on. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not that guy that's going to just keep calling and calling. I can take a hint. I've been here, done that before. So I haven't talked to her since, but I've seen a lot of women write sapiosexuals on the page. It's just like a lot of these women walking around telling you, I'm celibate and I'm not doing anything. Really? You're celibate? I find that hard to believe, but I get that a lot too. But and I know the story behind that as well, but just wanted you to pay attention to that word sapiosexual. So here's another profile. Please, can somebody get it right? I'm not into texting my life story or communicating by text messages. You can't build anything that way. And if you don't have intentions, pass me by, okay? So again, this is when the profiles start getting into what you're going to figure out is, and I'm going to let you know up front because I'm not going to continually discuss it, hopefully. All of these, the later profiles that I'm going to start reviewing, none of them talk about themselves. All they talk about, or talk about who they are as a person. You know, they don't say, hey, I'm this, my favorite color is blue, I'm a Gemini, I like this, I like to ski, I like to jump, I play double dutch. They don't say anything about themselves. These later profiles, the first three, as you can see, I think they did a good job. It was passable for me. The later ones that you're going to see, these all the way down to 40 something, they're all are rants about what men don't do right. I don't like a man with a beard. If you got long hair, if you got that, listen, if you see the man in his pictures and if you see that his pants are hanging off, then don't talk to him. Or if you go out with him and you see his pants are hanging down, or once you all exchange numbers, then you can kind of get those expectations. But I don't need to read what you don't like and what you don't want in a man and why you about to quit the dating app because you frustrated and mad and angry. And it's all just about what men don't do. But we want to know about you. What is it about you? Your pictures alone don't make you a star. Your pictures don't. Tell me something about you so I can see if I really want to go there. You may be a person that says, "Oh, you know, um, I'm a, I'm a hardcore liberal, or I'm a hardcore conservative," and I may say, "Hey, look, I'm a centrist. I don't get down like that. Like if you that whatever, I'm not going to do that." So that's all I'm just basically saying. And so I want you also to focus on this too. You see, have the word traveled underlined. This is another thing that these women do on their dating profiles. They'll come up here and say, "You better have your passport. If you don't have your passport, don't talk to me. I travel. I've been to 38 countries. I've been to four. I don't care how many countries you've been. Women love to talk about their accolades and they love to brag a lot. It's just kind of like, really? Seriously? Like, I don't need to know like how many countries you've been to. You know, I guess that's fine. I mean, if you're a world traveler, be a world traveler. Or if you're out of the country more than and you're only in the country 4 months out the year or 6 months, then maybe you just don't need to date at all. Or maybe that's when you do need a man that travels. But if you're just taking your average trip, why are you basing a relationship off of whether a man has a passport or not? You should be basing that relationship off of, is that man going, or do we complement one another? Because most of y'all women, yeah, y'all probably, I'm not trying to say that y'all don't travel, but what I'm trying to say is that if you're not some rock star, if you're not Madonna or some rock star that's continuously on the road and traveling the globe, why are you, and you're only taking a trip maybe, you know, a couple of times a year and you're only probably out the country maybe 3 weeks out the year, then why does it matter to you? Why can't you travel with your girlfriends or just travel with him? And what if he's not a traveler but a great guy? You got to start building your relationships on the other things. If you have more in common than not, don't let that one thing keep you from having someone in your life. But I just want you all to pay attention to that. So here's another one. It's not about having the perfect relationship. It's about finding someone that matches you and will go through everything with you without giving up. No problem there. I don't have a problem with that statement, but I still don't know about you, but it's a good lead in. Please don't like if you don't plan on communicating, FaceTime, duo, meeting up for drinks or something. Okay, but I still haven't learned anything about this person. This was the whole profile. Mostly every guy intro starts out with cool, calm, and laid back. Y'all need to stop. Cap. I guess stop the cap. I don't know. These young people, they're beyond me. But she's not even young. But I guess that's stop the cap. Trust when half of y'all are probably worse than females. So she's admitting that females are horrible. I guess, in my opinion, of course. But hey, carry on. Okay, again, I don't know anything about you. I don't know what your likes are. The only thing you want to tell me is, you complaining about men. You know what? A lot of the women's profiles that I come across, they say, I love to laugh. I love to laugh. Or they'll say, live, love, laugh. That's my motto. I don't make this up. They say, live, love, laugh. And a lot of them say, I love to laugh. So if you can make me laugh, that's a start. Okay, I guess now I got to break out my Dave Chappelle routine. I don't know. But once again, it's just this profile tells me nothing about the individual. Here's another one. I had to come back and write this. Didn't think I needed to, but please leave me alone. If your ex-girlfriend, yes, more than one, tried to kill you, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. You still live with your mother of 40, barring Alzheimer's or any other terrible disease. You live with your baby mama. So again, she's just basically saying stuff, and it's not talking about herself. She just talks about the failures of men, and probably the men that she comes across, because that's who she hangs out with. I don't know. But once again, how am I going to get to know you through this? Here's another one. If you like or liked a man, I don't want you, DL. She put the N-word in there everywhere. Then got these emojis. Makes me sick on my stomach, not judging you. So once again, you all can read this, but again, she's not talking about herself. It's always just about the frustrations of men and the men that she's come across. Don't swipe if you smoke, have baby mama drama, or any drama. Have crazy exes. I prefer someone with no kids but older kids. If they do have kids, my kids are grown. Okay, but when they have young kids, we're expected to put up with their kids when our kids are already out the door. They want us to put up with our kids and, kind of fill a void and be a big, kind of play the big brother routine or stepfather routine. But when their kids are grown, they don't want to deal with our kids. Okay. But still, too, I didn't learn, like, if you go back to this, you don't learn anything about her. She just says what she don't want. Didn't talk about herself. My body is a present of beautiful design. My mind is a power of as endless as time. I don't know if that's a rhyme or bad poetry. I don't know. I need to get Tyrion Lannister to kind of dissect this one. If that's supposed to be you apostrophe R-E, if you're cheap, don't want to get married someday, or again, don't want kids, please do not apply. So again, can't be cheap, fellas. But again, these women, and trust me, they'll go out to dinner. Look, I just went out to dinner, last week with a female. Took her, ordered appetizer. I let her take the appetizer home. She didn't eat her meal. She took that home. And so she bagged everything up. So she got a meal for the next day, and I haven't heard back from her. Meal was, $160 something for both of us. So she got the appetizer, because I ate half the appetizer, and then she ate, I didn't even eat half. I had like 1 or 2 bites of it. And then she took the whole appetizer dish home, and then took home her whole meal, and she walked out. We hung out. And then never heard from her. She texted me the next day. Then I pinged her, haven't heard from her. $167. Okay, then here's another one. And then again, this is so long, so I'm not even going to read it all. First, and I hate to put this first, please do not communicate if you plan on asking me for money. Thank you in advance. I'm pretty easygoing. Then she goes into this. Now here it is. I underline, where are all the gentlemen at? Please do not communicate with me if you plan on asking me for money. Thank you in advance. I am not an ATM. And then she goes into this. Then down here, I want to go to this third paragraph. Please, P.S. Please read my profile. I would like to engage with someone looking for the same thing, a relationship, not a booty call, not a sugar mama, or if you are only interested in friends. I have enough. If you are casually dating, separated, or work too much, that should be 2 TOO. please pass me by. So if he works too much, so if they want a man with money, but he can't work too much. So I guess that's why they date drug dealers, because you can make what $2,000 in what about 30 minutes. At least back in the day you could. I don't know what today's drug market looks like. Get you a 8 ball and rock it up. Look, I have no idea what these women want. I have no idea. But you see with all this. Now let's move on to the next one. A friendly person who loves life. Where are all the real men at? See, I put these two together for a reason. It's 2023 and some men are still boys trying to be real men. The women, particularly the women in my demographic that I'm looking at, of a particular ethnicity and particular age range, they don't like brothers. I'm just going to say it like that. They like the pretty boy brothers, but those pretty boy brothers ain't doing too much with their life. And they're not attracted to the rest of us. The rest of us, and I'm going to get down to this section in a minute, but we don't have the body types. We're not built like NFL athletes. We're not built like Michael B. Jordan or Jonathan Majors, and they expect that from us. Even in your 40s and in your 50s, these women are not dating us. So what they doing is they dating these young boys, because these young boys got high testosterone. Back in the day, you know how it was when you was 19, 20. You could release 3-4 times in one session in a matter of 2 hours. You could go, boom, fire 1, boom, fire 2, boom, fire 3. And then you could be like, man, I may can get up a 4th one before you leave. When you get older, you ain't doing all that. So these older women, they not trying to feel that. They want the real deal. They want BD energy, and that's what they say. These women are upfront about what they want. So that's why they're not checking for us. They keep asking where the real men at. You don't want a real man. The real men are boring. Y'all want to travel all the time. Y'all say, oh, he not about traveling. He about going to work. He worked too hard. You saw the other person say you work too much. We work too hard. The real men work too hard. The real men are born because the real men are probably just home watching TV, or he's working on his house or working on his car. He's doing some regular life stuff. He's doing regular stuff. He's not doing anything exciting. You want a man that's put you in a shootout. You want a man that's taking on trips and just partying all the time. And the only man that can do that with minimal work is a street pharmacist. That's it. So let's go on. If you really read this, why are you on here for, or love? Any provocative gestures would get you deleted. It's not cute when first meeting someone, but annoying as F, I guess. I swear, if I wasn't bored, I wouldn't be on here. FYI, if you're a Libra or Taurus, stay crazy, stay away. Seriously, y'all crazy and deranged. Again, I don't know anything about this woman. She didn't tell me anything but what she does not want. And now she's a psychic, because now she's getting into horoscopes and stuff and basically ruling out people based on horoscope. And then she's saying if she wasn't bored, she wouldn't be on here. That's why people are bored and lonely, because they're being so picky. They're being just so, and that's mostly these women, man. I'm telling y'all, the women I've been talking to, I must have bad luck and I'm cursed, because a lot of them, they'll tell me I'm hard on people, and I know it. I don't mind being by myself. I know I'm hard to get along with, and I'm fine with it. I know I cut people off easily, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm like, really? I know somebody that cut their own mama off. This girl, she cut her own. She said, I don't even speak to my mama because my mama, and I'm okay with it. And I'm like, oh my God. And I guess, maybe I don't have the intricate detail, but from what she told me, I'm like, that seemed like it could be patched up. But again, that's just me. I digress. Let's continue, because like I said, I'm not even a third of the way through. Ambitious and spontaneous, living life to the fullest with no regrets. 100, I love to cook, eat, and drink and smoke weed, gamble, do light traveling, and go to the strip clubs. I'm not here to play games or waste my time. I'm not spending my money to visit nobody. Don't hit me if you can't take me on a real date and not expect to have with me. If you want to do that, make sure you got money, to spend. Now, and thirsty. Can't stop coming at me like I'm a or LOL, don't be disrespectful. I will block you. So basically, she's letting y'all know you can pay to play. You can pay to play. Listen, man, I don't make this stuff up, dude. Trust me. Trust me, I don't make this stuff up. And some of these women think that I must be a trick too, because I met two of them online, and they pretty much asked me in the first conversation, "You gonna buy me some lingerie?" And I said, "What? What?" I said, "Well, maybe with the first guy, I said, well, maybe once we get to know each other down the road, I get maybe, but I'm not buying you anything now." And then it was just kind of like, it turned into what she could get. And I said, "Man, this is crazy." And then the second person basically came out and told me, hey, she basically was like, "I'm looking for an arrangement." And I said, "Look, people must think that I must be a total," and I thought about myself, I said, "I must be a total loser that people think I must pay to have relations with women." And I don't. I've never done that. And people want to, you may want to call cap on me or whatever, but I've never done it. Well, technically in a realm, if you take a woman out to dinner and do this, but no, have I ever directly engaged in activities with people like that? No. And I had two women on the dating platform approach me with that. And I thought to myself, I said, well, dang, that's a good way. Actually, if you're looking for single men that's looking for somebody, this is actually the place to market yourself. But anyway, I'm digressing. So here's the next profile. You look here, I've highlighted two things. I like intelligent men, both book and street smart. Okay, here we go. And then about me, I like consistency. And as soon as it is broken, I'm no longer interested. I told you, these women give up on you quickly, quickly, quickly. You have to be 100% consistent. I don't know anybody who does anything 100%. The only thing you do 100% is breathe. And once you stop breathing, you are no longer here on planet Earth. That's the only thing you can do 100% is breathe. Go to the bathroom. Everybody has to do that. You have to relieve yourself. But that's why I highlighted those two things. But other than that, y'all can read what's on the screen. Now, getting into the next one. I respect honesty. If you text, swipe left. If you just want to text, swipe left. Need to have verbal communication. That's a lost art, and we've grown. Let's use our words. Let's keep it right, gentlemen. The problem I had with this one isn't totally bad, but once again, it's just a rant about what she wants and like what you need to do. It doesn't tell you what she offers, and kind of goes back again to that whole "I am the table." They think that they can post a few pictures of themselves, and we're supposed to be so enamored by their beauty that they don't need to communicate who they are and what they're about and what they bring to and what their assets are. They just think my looks are my assets. But I don't want to get with you and you look beautiful and you crazy as hell, or you dumb as hell, or we don't have anything in common. You a Republican as hell, and I'm sitting up here probably a centrist or liberal or whatever. I need to know a little bit more about you. That's number one. Number two, the other problem I have with this is these women ask for verbal communication, but the issue that I've been running into is I find women they'll hit the mutual like. I like them, they'll like me back, and then I'll text one or two things to them, and then as soon as I say, okay, hey, how about I give you a call, they stop all communication. And it's like either they found somebody else, either their first choice came through and they moved on, or it's like I asked for the number too soon. I had no idea what's going on. But let's move to the next one. This next one is looking for companionship, looking for someone to have a great time with, someone mature and independent, has their own everything, not into 420, but will puff on hookah and an occasional cigar. I'm an amazing woman. Well, a lot of women do that. They put themselves as women. I don't know if that's intentional or just everybody's just kind of doing a grammatical error, but I'm an amazing woman, but they do women. So please don't waste my time with the games. Dating for a purpose. I have 6'2" or taller set as a strong preference in my settings. Now, what y'all ought to pay attention to is this woman is 5'4". See down at the bottom, the other red that I highlighted? 5'4", and she has 6'2" or taller set as a strong preference. Okay, I missed the mark on that one. So I came in a little short. I missed the mark on that one. So here's another one, solid, kind, and to the point. Things you should know about me before messaging me. Please have a JOB. This isn't what I need to know. See, things you should know before things you should know before messaging me. But you would think that she would say things you should know before messaging me. I work hard, or I work at night, or I have 2 children, or I'm a day person, or I like cupcakes. Something, but it's please have a job. You make the time for what you want. I don't chase people. Conversation is everything to me. If you don't have the same view, we won't match up. I am very transparent. If you disrespectful in any way, lose my number immediately. So it's just all on you. It's all on you. Here's another one. Ain't something see your personality through this. I can't see your personality through this app. So ask yourself. This is going to get into a section. So I've kind of grouped a few of these. I'm just going to let you all know right off the bat. I grouped a few of these together. And I want y'all to pay attention to them. And I'm going to read these. I can't see your personality through this app. So ask yourself, is your pictures giving what needs to be gave? And did you sell yourself in your bio? Well, did you? Did you? What about did your pictures giving you what you needs to be gave, and did you sell yourself in your bio? If you are confident in your answers, if you aren't confident in your answers, I'm not for you, respectfully. Also, if we match, you have 24 hours to initiate conversation, or I will simply delete you. A closed mouth don't get fed. Okay, now I'm going to make a comment about this. That's also another thing too. See, women will tell you you have 24 hours, but they have obviously 24 weeks to contact you. And let me give you an example. Because these women will say, I'm not about games, don't waste my time. See, they can say that to you, and also they can set these parameters. You have 24 hours to contact me. Me and a few women, about at least three or four have matched on various dating app platforms. And as soon as I match, I try to abide by this rule. But I don't try and do it immediately to look thirsty. I may wait a couple of hours, or if I see it the next morning, I'll send something back. And so I sent the message back. Let's just say the date was May 1st. I said that, hey, how you doing? Glad we matched, so and so. Yeah, we'd love to talk to you further. Sent a little intro message or whatever. Didn't hear anything. Because these women are matching with, trust me, fellas, we're probably getting maybe one match, or at least I am. Let me speak for myself. I get maybe one match every other month. In some months, I have a good month. I may get 2-3 matches. But these women are getting 40 and 50 matches a day, or likes. Should I say likes? They're getting 44 likes because they're not liking us. We're liking them, or at least in my situation. They're getting 40 matches a day. So when I send my message on May 1st, I had 2 women have the nerve to text me on September 28th. It was a whole 4 months later. I'm 5 months late. I'm like, dang, I sent my message, and one of them, I even kind of made the comment, so you can't call them out on their BS. Because the one girl, she came through and was like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, and so I said, man, I sent you this message 5 months ago. And because I sent that message like that, she got offended and then cut off communication. And then I think she blocked me or unmatched with me. But it was just kind of because I called you out on it, now you want to block? But, hey, here I am. I really liked you and was into you, but you didn't text me for another 5 months. I found that crazy because I was option number 28 and you finally got to me. So that's all I want to say about that. And then, when did men get sassy and decide women should be chasing them? Real men pursue, period. Well, we getting tired of pursuing y'all, and y'all got 45 and 55 different men, and y'all don't know how to juggle them properly. Y'all are juggling way too many men. Either pick 2 or 3 men and then say shops closed, I'm no longer taking applications. But y'all are taking on way too many men. You're just taking on way too many men. You have too many. These dating apps have given women too many options, and they think that they're cuter than what they actually are. So even if they match with the guy, they're not going to commit because they're like, well, wait a minute, tomorrow I may get a better match. And they're holding it. That's what it's like. It's I'm telling you, when you have that, it's almost like if you've ever sold a house before, and I've sold a few houses, If you ever sell a house before, especially in a seller's market, if you have about 38 people come through your open house on the first day, or the first day your house hit the market, if you have 20 people walk through your house, and then you have, out of those 20, you have 5 people say, we'll be submitting in an offer later on this afternoon. As soon as if 5 of those people submit an offer, sellers get greedy. They be like, well, we got 28 and we got 5 offers and 20 visitors on the first day. We probably can get more money. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Instead of just saying, well, this my house was, I asked for 100,000. This person gave me 100,000. That was my asking price. They met my asking price. Everything looks good. I'm good. Instead of doing that, they say, no, if they was willing to give me 100,000 and I got 5 offers, maybe I'll get 105. If I get 105, maybe I can get 110. It turns into a bidding war. All they want is a bidding war. It's the same thing with these women on these dating apps. They look at it and they say, man, if I got this many people coming at me right now, boy, I'm telling you, Jonathan Majors is about to jump on the app and I'm going to get Jonathan Majors. I don't know what they're saying. But that's the way they're treating us. So I lied to y'all. So let me go back to this one in a minute. I thought I hit the section where I had these 4 in a row, but I don't think that these are it, but they're coming up and I'll let you guys know. Because there's a story, they kind of relate to each other. And maybe that one was a part of it. But if you are looking for a texting partner, I am not her. If you're looking for a one-night stand, I'm not. See, again, once it's just about what you are looking for, what she don't want to do, and it's just a bunch of what they don't want. They don't tell you about them. Here's another one about so and so. Beings I got locked out of my last page. I really don't feel like going through all of this over again. So I'm straight skipping through it. So pay attention. No one night stands, no booty calls, no threesomes. If you already have a woman, no. It's a bunch of no's and it's just a bunch of stuff. It's just a bunch of no's and a bunch of stuff. It really is. I have a few times, so I ain't knock it. I'm not a big drinker, but I will sip a little sometimes because I'm not a party pooper. I love women, all types, studs, femmes, you name it. I'm bi, so yes, I was married to a man, but if you have women, she's all mine. I wouldn't ask her to be with my man if I did get one. So ladies, shoot your shot and then go for what you know. I won't buy. It's just a bunch of stuff. I can't do it. And then here you have this one. I had 0 tolerance for the BS. Y'all think I probably made this one up. I'm pretty sure some people out here saying, oh, he just made that up. I don't make this up. This is their whole bio. I have 0 tolerance for the BS. This is their whole bio. So this is all they feel as though I need to know about them. Here's another one. I think this is where the section gets into it. Let me kind of look. Yeah, this is the section. So I want y'all to pay attention because there's a running theme with these that's coming up. So it's about the so-and-so. Any true gentleman out here? This person is actually a Caucasian female. So I did put this one in here because she was actually on this one particular site. And I don't know how she popped up in this ethnicity. She must have checked the other box because I did have mine set to, black mixed other, because sometimes the reason why I did that, and I'm going to say it right here, because a lot of these black females are categorizing themselves as mixed or other. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, you don't look at all like really? I'm trying to figure this out. But they're doing that. So I had to widen my net to put black, other, prefer not to say. So I had to do that. So, but this white female, this one's a white female. And if you notice, she says, I'm attracted to guys who are in good shape. At least the one thing I'm going to say about her is, at least she phrased it relatively nicely. But once again, and I will say this too, though, she did have a nice shape. She was like, for a white female, I was like, yeah, wow. I'm talking about like a nice shape. She was nice, but wasn't my cup of tea still, regardless. But nice shape. But again, I'm attracted to guys who are in good shape. Let's go to the next one. I'm looking for someone who patient, easygoing, and independent. A whole lot of money. In other words, looking for someone to be friends first, and then we can figure out the man. So then she goes into that, and then the last part is I just like to add rich. Please, no ugly and old men, 30 and under, fit, six-pack stomach. Now, trust me, I don't even know how she got, maybe because she was in my age range, but I'm trying to figure out how is she, like, was she dating younger guys? Because trust me, this one was in my age range. I do believe. And so, once again, under 6'30" and under, six-pack stomach. So let me go back to this one. I'm attracted to guys who are in good shape. So rich, this guy has to have a lot of money. He has to be rich. He can't be ugly. He has to be 30 or under. And he has to be, so how many 30 and unders are rich? I'm just picking up on that one. But hey, maybe you got to be a basketball player or rapper, actor, or street pharmacist and six-pack stomach. This is going to be a running theme in this few section. So here's the next one. Outgoing, friendly, straightforward, drama-free, selfless, divorced, caring, adventurous, mom. So she's a divorced mom. And this lady, I do believe she was like closer to 50. Flawed, confident, I think, I'm not sure. Confident, silly, athlete, upfront, independent, affectionate, Latina, fun, travel bug, low maintenance, handy, 5'9", barefoot. So she's relatively tall. So huge turnoffs. So you can see, so I bolded travel bug because once again, these women, they love to travel. I'm telling y'all, they love to travel. And then also, if you look down here in the other bold section, selected athletic on your profile, but clearly watching sports doesn't qualify you to choose that option. This is what I mean by women. You know, we don't post stuff like, if you a fat girl, take your fat ass someplace, get them cupcakes out your mouth. But maybe we do. Look, I don't read men's profile, but I highly doubt that men do that. I mean, if they do, then women, my apologies. But I don't think that we don't take shots at people like that. These rappers do it in their videos and stuff. Yeah, but we don't talk like that. You know, we may just disregard heavyset women, but we don't take shots at women like this. But women love to just they love to just throw up like a serious right hook and just knock you when you're down. So selected athletic on your profile, but clearly watching sports doesn't qualify you to choose that option. You know how many women I see because these apps have classifications for like body type, and there's slim, fit, average, a little extra weight, chub, a little extra weight, curvy, and then BBW or something like that. A lot of these women are choosing curvy as opposed to choosing obese or overweight. They are. They're saying I'm curvy. Yeah, having breasts will make you curvy. Having breasts will make you curvy. Having lobes of fat on your love handles and on your back will make you curvy. But how come you get to manipulate your options and make yourself sound better than what you are? And I can't get to do it. What man is going to select curvy? They didn't give us an option to select, but they do that for the women to make women feel better about themselves. Everything's about making women feel better. Like, why do we have to cater to women's feelings? And they're the meanest souls walking planet Earth. They talk mean to people. They're just mean, cruel people. And then this other one, she says, can't take honesty. I respond to messages when I have time, but can't take honesty. I mean, I guess she feels though we can't take honesty. And then here's this other one. So would like to meet someone to enjoy the latter years with. So again, you're in your latter years. Again, this goes back to that other conversation I had. Why are women being so, and then women say, why should we have to settle? No one, you know what? I think at this point you all have to say, look, we're a little bit older. We're not running around the streets like we used to and being able to run and jump and play and jump 5 feet in the air, dunk a basketball. Our metabolisms are slowed down. So all of us have a little bit more weight on us. We shouldn't be walking around looking seriously, messed up. But, work with a brother. You see what I'm saying? And exactly, I should work with you as well. But you shouldn't be throwing on all of this stuff on me and you're not taking heed to your own advice. So let's just go into this. She said, been disappointed a few times. So I kind of jumped down into the middle where it says, been disappointed a few times in relationships, but never bitten and know my worth. Love is a beautiful thing. Let's see what happens. Now get to the bolded part. P.S. With all due respect to all you kings warriors, please do not contact me See, that in bold, they letting you know if you have listed your body as athletic and your body is more of a couch potato. See, they love taking shots instead of just saying, please don't. If the guy has a picture up, you know that he's not your type. Just swipe left on him. Why do you need to pronounce this? You're going to get, you know how many, I've gotten contacted by 70-year-old women, 65, literally 60. And I was like, man, for real, these are the likes that I get, 65. And I've gotten liked by seriously obese women, and sometimes it makes you feel bad about yourself. You're like, man, this is the only women that like me or think that I'm attractive. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you get that, but you just respectfully decline. There's no need for you to just take shots at people, but these women love doing this stuff. Let me read this again. P.S. With all due, and listen, just like what's that movie? Was it Rosewood? With a white guy, John Boyd said, y'all think that just because you tell a white man with all due respect, you can say anything you want to him. And these women do the same thing. This woman is doing the same thing. Just because you throw with all due respect in there, you think that you can take shots and be nasty and say what you want. With all due respect to all you kings, warriors, please do not contact me if you have listed your body as athletic and your body is more of a couch potato! Exclamation point. It's more about stamina, health, and longevity for me. So she just wants somebody to be able to pump all night, I guess. I have no idea because she put it in stamina. And so I'm adding in this part right here. The reason why I put this picture at the end of this profile, because this actually was in someone's profile, this picture. And this is not just one woman's profile. I've seen a few women with this picture in their profile. I want y'all to pay attention to what they just said. If you go back, look here. They want a man that's in good shape. They want a man with a six-pack stomach. They claim that you're listing yourself as being athletic, but you're not. They want somebody who's, athletic, don't be looking like no couch potato. But then they throw in these type pictures, and a lot of these women are shaped just like this. This is kind of like the Lizzo effect, right? These women are big. Look at this woman. She thinks that this is voluptuous and nice because look how huge her thighs are. This is a bunch of fat. It's not just meat. That's fat. They throw this picture in there, but the man, look how cut up he is. See, men, they want up, and see, this is why women don't understand how hard it is to be a man. It is so hard to be a man. If you think about everything we have to do, we have to initiate conversation with you all. We have to go through continuous rejection. We have to court you all. We have to chase you all. We have to hope that out of the 30 men that you are courting and just trying to make your bad decisions on, because you're going to make some bad decisions, that you choose us. We have to put up with negative attitude, because trust me, the women that I've been taking out lately, well, not, I shouldn't say all of them, it was about 50% bad attitude, just masculine attitudes, and I hate to use that word, but just a very, should I say aggressive attitude, just always, they can say whatever they want to you, and as soon as you say something to them, they get mad and just, they get mad. I can show you some emails on my phone, some text messages, or they just give up on you when you push back and defend yourself against them. But if you don't push back on them, then you a sucker and a chump. And then they run to the white guys, and then the white guys, they don't have to they don't have to push back. The white guys can be calm and laid back, and then the women say, see, I have peace in my home. I don't have to go through all this arguing. I wasn't arguing with you, but because I wouldn't argue with you, I was a sucker and I was weak. And then if I argue with you, or if I kind of come back at you with the same energy you coming at me and correct you and try to tell you about yourself and your deficiencies as a person, you get mad at me. So I'm in a lose-lose situation. Lose-lose all the way around. But once again, I'm getting back to my point, is that men have to do all of this stuff. We have to face rejection. We have to sell ourselves to you all. Then once we get in relationships with you all, we have to hold stuff down and, hold up to these standards. We have to have our bodies in check, and we have to be perfect with our bodies. Y'all can have cellulite and fat on y'all, and y'all just call it curviness, and y'all think Serena Williams is in shape. And y'all look at stuff like that. And I'm not trying to say Serena Williams is in horrible shape, but she could be thinner. but it serves her for what she does. She's able to move around. That's just like saying, even with what's the boxer, George Foreman. He's not in shape, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have the stamina to move around. There's plenty of overweight people that play sports. There's plenty of overweight football players. You see them, they play the offensive line. There's plenty of basketball players that's overweight. You look at that boy Williamson is down for the Pelicans. I forget his first name right now because I'm thinking and I'm rambling. But he's not in shape. But he can. But when you're used to just running up and down on the court, you can build up the stamina for it. But women don't have to do anything. Men have to get in the bedroom. We're the ones doing all of the heavy work in the bedroom. You're not doing all of the pumping, all of the stroking, doing all of this stuff. And but then we get judged. Man, girl, he ain't nothing. He don't know how to, orally satisfy me. His thing is small. Man, he don't know how to pump. He can't do no tricks. And the only thing you have to do is obey instructions when you're in the bedroom. Get on your knees. All you have to do is get on your knees. Just, once you take your clothes off, just get on the bed and get on your hands and knees and just lay down and put your face down on the pillow. And then once we're done with that, then all you have to do is turn over, get on your back. Then all you have to let God knows we ask you to do cowgirl and you assume the top position. My back hurt. My legs hurt. I can't do this all night. Yeah, I pull my hands through, and then you can't do anything. We have to do all the work and everything, and we're always criticized and judged. Let me move on because I've stayed on this long enough. So just continuing with this thing, here's this other profile, and I want y'all to pay attention. I don't know why 95% of y'all hit the like, y'all. I don't know why 95% of y'all hit the love. I'm assuming that's hit the like or whatever. Y'all can't possibly think we would be a match. Basically, like, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying? He's too handsome for you? I'm pretty sure you're not saying that, but this is a running theme again on these pages. So you see the middle part, Jasmine, you can read that middle part, and then she's just saying the man must be taller than 5'10". Okay, I passed that. I'm taller than that. But it's like, okay, and then not into FWB, and then then she says, look at you and ask yourself, do it make sense? Why would I want you? And what she's saying is, she's wording this wrong, because what she's saying is, the guy should look at himself and ask himself, does it make sense? Why would I want her? She's, but she means look at yourself and ask yourself, does it make sense? Because she's saying, why would she want you? So these women, like I said, it's just kind of crazy. It's like, so now you're making me feel bad. Like, dang, maybe the only person I'm good for is I don't know, an elderly woman. I have no idea, but these women are just there. And trust me, I've looked at this woman is not like you would think, like the way she's talking, like she looked like Sally Richardson or Keisha Knight Pullman or somebody. No, she doesn't. She does not. But once again, why I don't know why 95% of y'all hit the like. Y'all can't possibly think we would be a match. They just think they are too much for us. These are the sisters I had to pick from. And then here's another one, taking shots again. If my shoulders traps, when she says traps, I don't think she means the trap spot. And the traps, I would think that she means, is that trapezius or not the trapezoid? Trapezoid is a daggone shape. That's like a octagon trapezoid, but the trapezoid is kind of like in your back. It makes a trapezoid shape. They call it, I think, the trapezius. So that's kind of like at the top of your neck, and it goes kind of out, and then it goes into like the middle of your back or something. So she's saying, if my shoulders, traps, and biceps intimidate you, swipe left. If your stomach hangs over your belt and all you do is eat and drink beer, swipe left. No dad bods. If you don't work out, we won't work out. Okay. Once again, The last sentence, if you don't work out, we won't work out. Maybe that would have been fine if she just said, hey, respectfully, I like a man that works out, or I like to work out, and I would prefer a man that does the same. Because then you could, it's a nice way of saying, hey, then I'm interpreting that as, okay, that's your favorite hobby. That's what you're into. That's just kind of like if I were to post, I'm not a vegan, but if I were to say, I prefer a woman who's into veganism, or I'm into veganism, I prefer a woman who's a vegan as well, so we could share something in common. You want to put something in a nice tone. There's no need to be offensive in these streets. I don't know why there's a need to be offensive. And so here's another one. I'm not conceited in no way, but some of y'all reaching, because there's just no way. I would rather be hard to deal with than easy to play with. Once again, it's just kind of like, I'm not conceited, you're not conceited, but y'all reaching. So that's, to me, that sounds, you're conceited. You're basically saying that you're too good for me. I don't even, I don't even know, so my thing is, even if I was probably look like, I don't know, Taye Diggs, or not Taye Diggs, not that guy. What's that little boy played in Love Jones? Whatever his name was. If I looked like him, I'd probably be like, damn, man, I don't even know if I still got a shot with this woman. And trust me, this woman is not the most fantastical looking woman in the world. Trust, I didn't put people's pictures on here because, of course, this isn't about blasting people. But once again, these women think that we're not even good enough. And they think that they're so fantastic. If we said this type of stuff to them, we would be the poorest. They'd be calling us misogynists or whatever it is. No, misogynists. They'd be calling us all kind of names. Here's another one. Anyway, I'm just reading the bold part. Anyway, also before messaging me, look at you and then look at me. Make sure it makes sense, okay? See, here we go. I still look okay for my age, so I'm not looking for an out of shape old geezer. Got it? I will be spoiled and I will be provided for. I'm a simple person. That's not being simple. A simple person is, hey, look, if we live in a trailer, I'm good. If we want to live in a tiny house, I'm fine. That's a simple person. You said you will be spoiled and you will be provided for, and he has to make sure that his looks measure up to yours. And you are in your 50s, because I remember this woman. And you're in your 50s. I do believe she's in her 50s. I do believe that. It makes no sense. Truth is, I wouldn't mind meeting a millionaire and becoming a kept woman. So that's not a simple woman. I love to travel. I told y'all, man, these women, all they want to do, these women just want to part. I told y'all there's a guy that's called Mr. Let Go. I think his name is Mr. Let Go. Big up to you, Mr. Let Go. He said women are children. And he's kind of just proven me, and I kind of would say, man, I don't know why you would call somebody a child. That's kind of disrespectful. He doesn't know me, but I would be thinking that to myself when I was listening to him. It just rubbed me the wrong way every time he said it. But he's kind of right. Everything they love to do, they love to laugh. They love to laugh and party, have fun. They don't want a boring person. They want to be entertained all the time. Like they can't entertain themselves. They just want to travel. You never hear them talking about doing some work. You never hear them talking about helping build something or being supportive and just being nurturing. You don't hear them talking about doing none of that. All they want to do is be entertained. You need to bring out Russell Crowe. Remember Russell Crowe in Gladiator? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I mean, they need to just bring him out. I am not an upgraded member. Kings only. You're not an upgraded member. So you want all of these high demand men and you won't even pay for a membership so you can read your messages. Once again, I don't understand it. Here, once again, look at this profile. I like to travel. Underline that. Travel. That's all they want to do. They just want to travel. Please use proper grammar, including punctuation and no shortcut spelling when reaching out, or I will not respond. Now, the reason why I highlighted this is because of this. As y'all can read, some of these people here have been using, misspellings, and they haven't been, the grammar has been off a little bit. And look, trust me, sometimes I'm a stickler for, I type in full sentences. So I know I'm an older person. So, some people don't like it when you do that, when you type in full sentences, because they like me, because I can type paragraphs. That's why I don't like text, and I really don't like text. And I like to text on my phone because I can use my 8 fingers because you don't use your thumbs when you type it. But I can get words out fast. But the reason why I highlighted this is because sometimes you do make grammatical errors. When you're typing a lot, sometimes you're thinking and you don't go back and you spell check. Sometimes you use a certain word and you forget to go back and spell check it. Sometimes you start off saying one thing, you backspace, and then you kind of rechange the sentence up, but you don't correct the tense, so you don't correct something. Some things do get lost in translation. You can't be, and like I said, these women, they give up easy, man. They give up. I can understand if the guy was contacting you like, I ain't be gotten nothing, and ain't nothing going on, man, ain't what you got in mind. And he was doing some little crazy stuff in his text. But you know, if you just gonna be a hard ass, I don't even know how you going to even find somebody. Here again, travel. I just wanted to put that out there. And so here it is. I told y'all, remember that lady said that all men do is say calm, cool, and collected? Here we go, about so-and-so. Live, love, laugh. That's what they love to say. Live, love, laugh. I don't like my time wasted, nor do I want to waste anyone else's time. Women waste time all the time. Because like I told y'all, they waste my time by, like, if I reach out to them within 24 hours, they don't get back to me for 1 day, 2 days, 10 days. Like I told y'all, 2 women waited months to reach. One waited weeks to reach out to me, and one waited months to reach back out to me. They do that, or they go out with you on dinners, knowing that they don't like you, knowing that when they see you, this ain't even gonna work out. I'm not even feeling him. I couldn't even find myself sleeping with this guy. Knowing, looking at you, that they don't even like you, and they don't even say to themselves, oh, well, I'll go ahead and pay for my meal, you pay for yours. They just go with the flow. They don't want you to touch them. They don't want you to do whatever with them. They'll sit up there and have you entertain them for the day because they're bored. They went out on with you because nothing else was going on. So they didn't have anything else. They got stood up by their girlfriends, or the girlfriends had plans, and they just wanted to be out of the house. So they go out with you. And mind you, yes, I am speaking off of experience, so I may sound a little hurt or whatever, but it is my reality. They go out with you. They have you spend hundreds of dollars, and then they go away. They got a free meal. They got not even just a free meal for that night, but a free meal for that night. Plus, they done took home some other additional food to eat lunch for the next day. So you done fed them for 2 days. So they good on food for the next 2-3 days. You done entertained them for the day. You done took them out, showed them whatever, and entertained them. And you didn't get anything out of the deal. Not even a hug, not even a call to say, hey, look, I had a great time with you. Let's do it again. You got, or even if they don't want to do it again, hey, I had a great time with you. Or if they can't even just be your friend anymore, they can't even call you and say, hey, look, man, it's not, let's just be friends. Boom, boom, boom. They can't even do that. But they're the one, but like you look here, I don't like my time wasted. Okay, but you waste my time and you waste my money, because then I have to go out and I have to have 4 and 5 dates. You have to have 4 and 5 dates, and none of them work out. And so here's about this person. I practice radical honesty and expect the same. No, you don't, because if I gave you true honesty, you get pissed off. Trust me, it just happened to me today with an old female friend. Female friend's now mad at me. And she's mad at me for a BS reason, total BS reason. I would love to get into that one, but I'm not going to put my business out in the street. I'm not religious at all, nor will I be. I prefer a man who is smart, decisive, funny. So you can read that. About this person, I'm interested only in intelligent men who knows how to hold a serious conversation. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want him to look fantastic, because trust me, this is that sapiosexual stuff. They don't want it. I'm not here for games, so move on if you are. I don't make this up. This is her profile. It's just like the other one up at the top that said, I have zero tolerance for BS. Just like the other profile. This is her whole entire profile. Here's another person's profile. So it says here, look at this. I'm just only going to read the bold part. Well, first let's start off with that. Why do men start with the sexual conversation so quickly and etc.? I'm going to answer that question. Here's why men start off with the sexual conversations quickly. Now, I'm not trying to say that a man should start like going in, like, hey, girl, I want to bend you over and I want to do this and I want to, hey, have you ever had a, just get all into the nitty gritty of it. But a man is probably going to start off with some flirtatious conversation that may be kind of subtle. He should be doing subtle innuendo. Not to say that I do it off the break, because I don't. But you want to kind of get into that relatively fast because you don't want to be friend zoned. You're trying not to say, hey, I'm not trying to appear as a friend. I'm here with bad intentions, should I say. With good intentions, but good intentions in a bad way, in a naughty way. But they're trying to set the tone that I want you to look at me as, as this type of person with this type of energy. Because trust me, the men are getting confusing signals because the women, they're dating the guys, the bad boys. So it's like, well, how do I become a bad boy? How do I become this? Like, I'm trying to give off the energy that these women are chasing in the streets, that these 40-year-old women are chasing in the streets, mind you. So that's why they do it. So now I'm just going to jump. You can read the rest of this. Like I said, you can always pause and read this. So then it comes to this. At this age, it just shouldn't be this hard to meet a decent man. So here I go again. So obviously when women write this type of stuff, like, here I go again, I'm back, oh, I'm gonna give this one last try. Obviously you've been picking wrong. You've been picking wrong. Y'all need to revisit the video I just posted. I didn't just, but I posted, go back in my archives. I had a video, but I think it's called "Women Make Wrong, Poor Decisions." I had a matter of fact, it was an ex-girlfriend of mine, actually. Me and her just now friends. We used to date back in the, well, not she wasn't even an ex-girlfriend. She was an ex-jump off. Let's just be honest with you. Back in the day, when I was in college, I used to hit it. She didn't go to college. She didn't have the financial means to go. I used to hit it. So back in the day, that was our thing. We would get together, do what we did. At one point in time, we tried to transition to a different type of relationship, but she didn't want to do it. She couldn't do it. She was always in the streets. She just didn't find herself doing that. So we cut that off. Then her friends started getting interested in me. Then when her friends started showing interest in me, then she came back and said, look, what you gonna do? You gonna hook up with her, or you gonna try and be committed to me? So I dumped her friend. I stopped talking to her friend because her friend gave her number to give to me, or asked her to give me a number. And then that's how me and her friend started talking. So then once me and her started back talking again, it seemed like she only wanted me when I had somebody else. So then once we started talking again, she started pulling the same stuff. So then I went off and got into a committed relationship. She got mad at me for getting into a committed relationship and wound up committing and trying to build a family. So now fast forward to today, she wound up with this guy that she met online. And turns out that he's been doing his dirt. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have anything. She's paying all the bills. He's just in the house doing what he does. They don't have this. They don't have certain resources. She's trying to keep the lights on, trying to keep the rent paid. And she called me up frustrated, talking about, I'm tired of having to carry everything on my shoulders. I want to be taken care of at once. I'm tired of being strong. That was her words. She said, I'm tired of being strong. And I said, well, let me ask you a question, because I know her background. Trust me, I know her. I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, well, why did you choose the guy? Oh, they said, yeah, well, I chose him because, it was just a vibe. We just vibed. We vibed. And I said, here these women go with this vibe bullcrap, because I always hear about that. It's a vibe. Life isn't about a vibe. Life is about, can I get with this person? Does this person compliment me, and can we grow together? Is this person good for me? But these women are just about having fun. All she wanted to do was drink because y'all out drinking and smoking, I guess. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that was a part of it, because y'all out drinking and smoking. You in your 40s and still doing this stuff, and you got you a cool man, I guess, and then you got to take care of him. Deal with it. Here's another profile. She wants a guy to cook for him. See, up in bold. I'm just only reading the bold part. Able to cook for me. So what are you going to do? Do you know how to have fun? See, let's read this. Do you know, listen, a person that takes the time to groom and invest it in your wellness. So she wants you to be clean and well-groomed. Do you know how to have fun? Do you know how to manage your finances and are able to cook? So she wants you to be well-groomed, look good, have fun, manage money, and cook. What is she doing? She doesn't mention anything that she's doing. Everything is about what she got a bunch of questions for you to answer, but they don't tell you. Again, they profiles only tell you that you have to answer to them. They don't have to answer to us as men. A few extra pounds. She selected a few extra pounds, so I'm supposed to, and then added, then down at the bottom, I just like to add, do you have a passport? These women, I'll tell you, it's with this goddamn passport. And look, I have a passport. I have a passport. I have my passport. But it's just fact that why would I want to even travel? Look, man, you don't even know each other. So why am I traveling? Like, I'm not spending $1,000 to go any place out the country with you. I'm at least get to know you at least for 6 months before we do that. I just like to add, do you have a passport? How many places have you been? And once again, these women, they always got to talk. You've only been to 2 countries. They crap on you because you've only been to 2 and they've been to 7. It's going back to that hypergamy word. I hate to use it, but it's true. I had a woman literally tell me, because I haven't been to Sweden, that she basically started laughing on the phone. I met a lawyer, nice looking lawyer, and one of these women, I'm looking at her picture. She was a pretty woman, very pretty woman. Pretty woman, lawyer, had checked off mixed race. And I'm looking at her picture like, okay, mixed with what? I don't know. Black mixed with black, Ghanaian mixed with Nigerian, Ethiopian mixed with Somalian. All I see is black mixed with black. I'm just trying to figure this out. But these women love to be exotic. I'm telling you, particularly the sisters, they love to be exotic. So they checking off these different boxes. But this woman was pretty. I'm digressing. This woman was pretty. She was a lawyer. And I'm telling you, sometimes dealing with these smart women, it's challenging, because she got on me because I hadn't been to Switzerland. Yeah, my job said I go to Switzerland all the time. Yeah, I go for my job. You have never been? Oh, you've never been to Switzerland? Well, where have you been? And then you got to deal with, and it's just a condescending way of how you're going to talk to me. And it was just kind of like, oh my God. And we had one conversation, and then after that, I was like, I can't do this. Because trust me, the conversation went down, like it was just, like everything about was what I haven't done in life. And it was just kind of like, okay, well, obviously she needs a different man. She just needs a different man. And I'm no slouch, but it's like, oh my God. Let me just go on. Let me continue. Once again, see, love to travel. Here's another one, love to travel. But let me go back to this one real quick too. You have a few extra pounds on you. You're heavy set, but you want a guy to be well-groomed, well-dressed, handle finances well, be funny, know how to do this, and cook for you, and you don't have to do a daggone thing, and he has to have a passport and travel with you. Now back to this one. Love to travel, see, loyal and a sense of self, must be at least 6 feet tall. See, us, yeah, I mean, I just hit 6 feet. I'm actually 6 feet. But it's just kind of like, really? I mean, seriously, 6 feet? There's not a lot of, I don't hang around in circles with a lot of 6 feet tall dudes. I got friends of mine that are like 5'10", and even some friends are like 5'11", and we're actually the same height. There's not a big difference between 6 feet and 5'10". Because trust me, me and my friends, we grew up together. I've known them since we were like 17, 18. We're all the same. I consider us all the same height. I can't see the difference. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Especially when you have shoes on too. Y'all 6 feet. I don't know. And then love to travel. And update. I'm no longer a paying member, so I can't view messages sent to me. So once again, these women are cheap. They want you to do they want you to do all the heavy lifting. All the heavy lifting. Here's another profile. Looking for a guy. Looking for some new friends to hang out with. And then she's like, is it really that difficult, guys? If you have a drug problem, keep it moving. If you don't have a job, keep it moving. Just looking for a genuine good man to conquer this world with. Is it really that difficult, guy? Yeah, it's that difficult. Because once again, it goes back to, I'll tell you about my female friend. Y'all don't choose well. Y'all don't choose well. You choose the guys that have good jobs and that are doing something. They're on a particular path. And I'll include myself in that. We're not out here in the streets having fun all day, because life is not a fun place. Life isn't fun. You're going to have some fun moments in it, But somebody has to work. And until you turn, what, 60, 62 is retirement age, I guess. I don't know. Until you hit the lottery or or able to retire, then that's when the fun can probably start. And even then, I'm not going to be having fun in the streets all day, every day. We can have fun in the house, laughing together, cuddling up, doing stuff together, and joking around, and then go on occasional trips and take tours, just get out in the streets and hang out a little bit. But I mean, these women want to be entertained. I have a friend, just to kind of put it to y'all real quick. She was dating this guy. She knew she was going to break up with the guy because she didn't like him, but the guy was going to be taking her somewhere. He was taking her to where was it? Was it someplace in Florida, Miami? They were going to Miami to hang out for I think like the weekend. So he had already got her a trip to Miami for the weekend. She accepted the trip. She knew she was going to break up with him. She's been doing this. She's been telling me, break up with this dude. I don't want to be with him, but we going to Miami. Took him to Miami and just dogged him out the whole time. He don't want to do anything. All he want to do is stay in the room. He's just in the room. I'm hanging out by myself. He don't want to do anything. It's like, well, dang, he got you to Miami. Dang, get a guy a break. Why can't you entertain yourself? My other friend, he takes his family. He goes on family trips with his family. He always tells me, he be like, man, bro, only thing I want to do is just have my book, sit on the balcony at the hotel, and just read my book. That's all I want to do. I just want to sit on the balcony and just overlook the water and read my book. But he like his family always ask him, where we going, what we doing? And he like, man, I just want y'all to leave me alone. And trust me, I've been there. Guys want to be left alone. We don't have time to plan out y'all's life, and y'all looking for us to make every moment of your life fun and interesting. Here's another profile. Let me say this, if you're playing any games, leave me alone. It's too many grown men on here with these childlike minds and little boy attitudes. I like grown men straight up. No, you don't. You don't like grown men because the men that are grown, you're not attracted to them. You're just not. We don't, and I'm including myself in that. We're not good looking guys. We're average looking guys. We are average looking. We're not head turners. We don't turn heads. We're just average looking men. We don't turn heads. We're average looking men. So you don't want us. You don't want a serious man. And we're not even that fun of guys. We're not telling, I consider myself to be a relatively funny guy, but we're not entertaining. I can be funny, but as far as that, I'm not like out in the streets being like showing everybody a good time. Like, let's do this, let's do that. You're not coming home every day and be like, girl, I done had the most thrilling time of my life. He took me and we almost got stabbed, and then we dodged the police, and then we went parasailing, and then we did. My life is not a James Bond movie. It's just not. It's just not. So you guys don't want us. And then the guys that you do want, they playing the games. And so, look, absolutely no drama. Don't bother me. Homie for homie. That's not looking for get married or have babies. None of that. Homies only. Y'all play too much on here. And who has time for games? We grown. Let's chat. Okay. And then here's this woman. Once again, she loves to travel. So I just highlighted that word down at the bottom, loves to travel. I can let you all read this because we are an hour into this. We have been going on and on, but you can see this woman loves to travel. And then here's another profile right here. I hate a liar. I think that's misspelled. It has to be Lier. Liar. Is it Liar? I don't know. But as you can see with my spell check on, it doesn't look like that's correct. That's it. That's what she said. Look, I hate a liar. That's it. That's that. Look, she doesn't have to prove. She doesn't have to justify herself to me or anybody. Now here's another one. I don't know. Is this the same pro? No. Okay. Yeah. This. So now here's the other one. I'm a very nice, down-to-earth female. Has 3 children. Lives alone and work looking for and down to, should be looking for a down to earth. See, this is what I mean by there's misspellings. That's why you can't give up on people. Okay, so she forgot to take the N off that. Maybe she was thinking about typing something else and then she changed it. But, looking for an down to earth, outgoing, adventurous person like myself. Now I see it's. So there should be an apostrophe with that it's. IT apostrophe S. A lot of thirsty dudes, she did that as one word. That's no problem. On here looking for chewing and so I'm gonna be honest and say this passed me with that. So she's going into this. But then she said, I will tell you about yourself, but if you would like to know more about me, don't be afraid to ask. And also, if you are crazy or psycho, I think she meant psycho, keep passing by. Don't even look at my profile. So, I just said, if you would like to know more about me, I could have gotten to know more about you if you just wrote it in your bio. I don't know why people don't just say, okay, here's my bio. I am this. I'm a Sagittarius. I love howling at the moon. I love painting and I love, watercolors. And occasionally I like to draw in crayons. Dandelions make me feel good. I like doing karaoke and, my personality type. I've even seen women do this with that personality type, INJF. And even though I can't stand that Myers-Briggs, I think that's that Myers-Briggs stuff. People take their jobs home and act like I got time to look up Myers-Briggs on the internet. But at least it's a starting point. I would rather see that because then at least I get to know your personality type. And then, at least tell me, some women, they will tell you what their love language is. My love language is words of affirmation, spending time, because I learned about love language. I didn't even know what the love languages were. I thought love languages were, hey, I like to do this and I like to do that. But apparently it's 4 of them. I think it's quality time, touching or cuddling, words of affirmation, and what's the other one? It's like support. When you do things, acts of service. So it's those 4. So I learned about those just from being on this dating app. And but at least if you told me what those were, I could at least get a sense of who you are. But this person, the reason why I highlighted that, if you would like to know more about me, don't be afraid to ask. I shouldn't have to ask you. How am I going to ask you are you going to even respond? That's number 1. And then number 2, it's like you could have told me more about yourself here as opposed to telling me what you don't like. So I saved this one for last. Now we're at the end. So this is part 1 of 3. And as you can see, this person wrote a bio because this person wrote all of this. This person wrote all of this. That's why I put down at the bottom part 1 of 3, part 2 of 3, part 3 of 3. This person wrote a damn dissertation. I haven't typed this. Probably hadn't typed this much since college. So I'm just only going to read the highlights. Y'all can go back and pause this video to read your heart's content. In the event of an LTR, that should be of an LTR. You have to, when you're dealing with acronyms, you have to use the A or the an based upon how you would pronounce it. So the L has like a vowel sound, so it would be an and. So in the event of an LTR, but then she put in the event of a LTR in marriage, I will not go 50-50 with you on finances. Men are providers, full stop. A lot of you have been screaming that women will not let men be men. Here it is. So they want you to be men when it comes to paying for finances, when it comes to taking a bullet for them, when it comes to staying on the Titanic and going down with the ship. They want all that, but they don't want the other part. They don't want you to be cooking for them, or they don't want to be cooking for you. They don't want to be supporting you and being your rock and your backbone. They don't want to do any of that. Trust me. The thought that some of you think that you can have cake and eat it too is mind-boggling. It costs to be the boss. Oh, I hear that. And so then you can see all of this stuff that she typed. It's just, it's a bit much. I'm not even going to read all of it. So you all can read that. Pause it if you need to and read it. But I'm going to move forward. Then here she goes again. So she's continuing. So now you see my next bolded action. Date somebody on your level. I am a serious upgrade, and I will not upgrade you. Boy, she ain't gonna do anything. I told you she's not gonna do anything. I do not date by men, married men, divorced men with kids, men with several children by different women, men with young children, men on child support, men with records, narcissists, and men who have an excuse and no accountability for everything. There are too many fish in the sea for me to accept these things. There's too many fish in the sea, but you on this dating app typing up 5 pages worth of stuff. I have no idea. I will date gainfully employed, legit self-employed. There is a difference. Yeah, you're right about that. Divorced men with no children, single men with no children, men with adult children who are on their own and gone. Let me see if does this woman have any kids? Does this woman have any kids? I'm trying to read. I don't know. I don't know if she has I don't know if she has any kids, but she obviously don't want you to have kids. And trust me, this is an older woman. So I do not date out of the potential of a man. So you can't even have potential. She figured at this age, she figured since we in our 40s or 50s, your potential should already have been achieved. So you can't still keep striving. I have no idea. Oh my God. Kings are not intimidated by queens. Real kings want real queens. Are you a queen? But everybody wants to be a king and a queen. I don't classify myself as anything. I let people judge me for who I am. If people want to call me a sucker, I guess I'm a sucker. If people want to call me, a top dog, then I guess I have no idea what I am. I'm just in this world. I'm just, doing what I do. So then I am down. Now I'm down at the bottom. The bold part at the bottom. I am not a maid. I am not the cook. Look, I don't make this stuff up. Dude, I do not make this stuff up. So basically, if you go back to this first part, she's not going 50-50 with you. Men are going to be providers. She's going to let you lead. Here's your opportunity. Men want to be the boss. Go ahead, lead. But I am not a maid and I am not the cook. So I guess she figured that y'all will have a personal chef come in and do that. Y'all gonna have a maid service come in and do that. Which is cool, I guess. But she's not gonna do anything. I'm just trying to figure out, like, at what point did you need to do something? So then, okay, what I am looking for. I thought you already specified that. I have no idea. So as before, I do not believe in potential. Oh, so she don't believe in potential. You must love to try. Look, I don't make this stuff up, dude. These women are adamant about y'all having passports. If your father is not Marco Polo, or if you or Christopher Columbus or Mansa Musa, because didn't Mansa Musa, I think no, it wasn't Mansa Musa. It was I think the Mansa before him, Abubakari. Was it Abubakari? He renounced his throne and gave it to Mansa Musa because he wanted to travel. I guess his wife or girlfriend forced him to travel. He left his throne. He gave up a whole kingdom just to travel. Look, that's what these women want. You must love to travel. What I am not looking for, she has already written 2 pages on that. Okay, and then she gives an example. Example, if you are 45 years old with a 2-year-old child, that's your fault. He said, that's your fault. I gotta read that one again. That is funny. Example, if you are 45 years old with a 2-year-old child, that's your fault. Oh my God, I'm sorry. But okay, Donald Trump falls into that category. Because his youngest, was his son name? What's that boy name? That boy looked crazy. He looked like the Omen. Damien from the Omen. I couldn't live in the house with that little dude. You better not be standing on no chairs, hanging no flowers up over a balcony. Not with that little joker in your house. He gonna push you off that balcony. God, boy, I tell you. But nah. But yeah, so Donald Trump falls into this category too. That's his fault. That's your fault, Donald. But and even but Sylvester Stallone, I think, falls into this category. And I think not Al Pacino, maybe Al, but I know definitely who's Al Pacino's buddy that played in Casino. You talking Robert De Niro? He just had a child, so he falls into this category. Good Lord, that's their fault. That's what I'm gonna tell them if I ever meet Al Pacino. That's your fault. But so this is what I just have. I just wanted to read all of this to y'all. I know this was a lot. We sat here for a long time reading through this stuff, but I just had to show y'all this is what I go through. And mind y'all, see how it took us an hour and a half to go through this? I'm doing this almost every day, trying to meet a nice female. And not only doing this every day, but now that the weather's it's about to turn the football season, you're trying to go to the bars or trying to go out. And y'all don't even know where to meet people at anymore when you're in your 40s. When you're 40, you're in your early 40s, like where people are not in the streets. People aren't, they don't want to be by, at least with me. And like I said, I can't be that horrible looking. I don't think I'm that horrible looking. I've seen a lot of other people that were more horrible looking than me. But I just think that it's God just cursing me. I had no idea. So, but once again, this is the Political Brown Kid. I just wanted y'all to pay attention to this, man, because, but women, I will say this, just please stop writing stuff like this. Just write, hi, my name is so-and-so. This is what I like. This is my personality. This is my love language. These are what, this is what I'm looking for, a long-term relationship, just friends with benefits, just a homie lover friend, or I'm looking to get married. If you're interested, if these are your goals, if we're on the same page, reach out to me. Thank you. So, just kind of sum it up. There's no need to be like, if you got a big belly, I was trying to look for the post, but I think I lost it. One girl wrote, I ain't got time. If you look like you 5 months pregnant, I don't want to talk to you. If you look like you 3 months pregnant, if you look like you in your first trimester or you got an accident going into your second trimester, don't talk to. And it's just like, why do women have to be this mean and nasty? I just don't think that guys are this. Maybe, look, I'm not into reading guys' profiles because that's just not what I do. I guess I would do it. Look, trust me, I've looked at a lot worse. For research purposes, I went to that adult site that dehumanizes black women because I did it because I had to do it to report on it. And trust me, I didn't like doing it. But if I have to go read men's profiles of women, if y'all want me to say, hey, look, go look at the men's profiles. Y'all are just as worse. I guess I possibly would. I'll try to squeeze it into my day, but my day is filled with, when I'm not working, I am trying to make content. When I'm not trying to make content, I am actually out in these streets trying to meet a nice young lady. So I may not have time to do that. I'm only doing this because it intersects with, God, I don't even know how to say the word. It intersects or it crosses paths with what I do. I'm looking at women's profiles anyway for dating purposes. And then I'm like, okay, well, while I'm doing this, I can be making, videos on love and dating and relationships to post to my channel. So that's why I would kind of do it. But to do stuff on men, it would kind of take away from my time. But that's where the women come in. Women, y'all can do this and talk about the men if we have negative things. And then let's talk about solutions on how we can get back to liking each other. Because I'm serious, women, y'all keep saying, look at me, do it make sense for you to talk to me. Some of y'all shooting y'all shots and y'all shouldn't be shooting no shots. I'm getting to the point now where sometimes I go out and I'm like, man, I don't even feel like talking to anybody because I've been shot down so much. I don't know, maybe I am not in their league. Maybe I shouldn't be talking to anybody. Maybe I should stay in the gym until I look like at least Michael B. Jordan. If I know I can't look like Jonathan Majors, but maybe if I can get to Michael B. Jordan, then maybe I can come out and try to talk to somebody. And at that point, I'm probably just talking to the heavyset girls because my face ain't all that. I'm just average looking in the face. So, it's just like women, y'all are very cruel. So we need to figure out, let's just try and be a little bit more nice, a little bit more receptive. And women, if you're having bad luck, maybe you need to look at some other type of guys. But y'all women, especially the sisters, man, I'm gonna say this: y'all go straight from the gangster guys to the corny white guys. And when y'all get with them, man, was all, yeah, I can cook and clean, and I don't talk that much, and whenever he says something, I just laugh it off, and we don't get into arguments, and I don't talk back, and I just we go with the flow, and life is so easy with him. And when y'all get with them, it's that, and then it's kind of like, well, damn, when you were with me, all it was combativeness. If I said the sky was blue, you would say, no, it's not. It is actually North Carolina blue. It is actually kind of like a pinkish purple. And, then it's kind of like, dang, okay. And, anytime I say, okay, that shoe is a 5. That pole is 10 feet tall. It's actually 10 feet 1 inch and 33 centimeters tall. It's just a whole bunch of contrarianism. It's a whole bunch of just pushback and all kind of stuff. And then if I don't push back, if I just kind of go with the flow and just be like, all right, I want to say something, but I can't, because I know she's gonna get mad if I, and then she's gonna call me, this, that, and the third. And then when I just stay silent and let it go, now I'm a pushover and a sucker. And then she don't want to be with me because I don't put her in her place, and I don't know how to lead properly, and I don't know how to put her. It's so, man, it's just really frustrating. And like I said, with the white guys, it's totally different thing. Then they're like, oh, I have so much peace, and then he's here, and then all we just do is laugh, and all we do is we just do nothing, and and then I cook and I do that. Damn, when you just say it on your page, you don't cook for nobody. I don't get it. So, but this is just what I'm dealing with. This is the political brown kid. I hope you all, like this. I hope you all watch it. I know it's relatively long. It's the longest thing I've ever done. This is movie long. This is an hour and 30 minutes. So, once again, political brown kid. Take care.